Hello, hello. This is Angela Watkins, your resume revenue expert and extreme encourager. I'm coming today with a special edition of the 5. I just wanted to make sure I kept my promise. I talked about the last one. I want to keep the series of the accomplishments, the ABCs, I want to keep it going for you. So before we talked about B for benefit, because basically it's a mathematical computation. A equals B, C, D, E. So we talked about the benefits, we talked about contributions, and today I want to talk about the difference. So I want to make sure we know the difference you make for others. So, and to be funny, I don't want you to be indifferent about it, because what you do, not to be cliche, I'm having volume issues again. Hold on one second. Can you hear me now? Seem to be having technical difficulties again with BeLive. One moment. Can you hear me at all? Okay, let's try this again. Can you hear me better? What about now? You can hear me now? Okay. Okay, so in case you didn't hear at the beginning, Angela Watkins, resume revenue expert, coming with you with the finishing up the accomplishments, the ABCs. So today we're going to be talking about the D, the difference that you make for others. So I want to make sure I keep my promise and finish up the process, because we started off with it being a mathematical computation as far as I'm concerned. A equals B, C, D, E. And before we talked about the benefits and what you do, and we talked about the contributions that you make that makes you special. So now I also want to talk about the difference that you make. And I don't want you to be indifferent about it. So I want to make sure we're clear that you take the time to ask questions about the difference. And the difference is basically the scenario of what is your before and what is your after. Before you were there and now that you are there, there's a distinct difference, hopefully, about what happens in your atmosphere. So hear me. This is something I need you to be really, really thoughtful about. So ask yourself some questions. What was it like before I got here compared to now? What was morale like? I mean, what was the atmosphere about people? Was people less inclined to share and now they're more inclined to share? What was the morale like? What were sales like? What were the processes that you had to deal with like? Were they cumbersome and now they're smoother? What's the coordination? Was it all over the place and chaotic, and now it's more structured and clear? And it's all because of the difference you make. Because back to the contribution that you may have had or a suggestion that you've made, that falls right into line with the difference that you now can take an appreciation for. So processes. What were the processes before you got there like as it compared to now? Now, let me just say this. If things were better before you got there and they're worse now, you need to take a look at that and change that. I'm just being candid. I'm just being real. So the whole point is that you want to make sure your difference is a positive impact, that you're making an improvement in your environment. You know, again, the way you collaborate, were people less inclined to collaborate, and maybe you made an environment that was safer for them, so they didn't feel like they want to get blamed for something every time they open their mouth. And you can take credit for that. It may seem like it's intangible, but you can turn your intangible to a tangible because you can tie it to an actual productive outcome. So say, for example, people were shy of sharing and people weren't necessarily collaborating well. And you come along and you make a suggestion, or you lead by example. You may not be in a management position, but you are a side-by-side leader. And you encourage people to share. You encourage people to talk. You encourage people to open up. And you gave them kudos for that. And then that has a domino effect. You've changed morale. You've changed collaboration. You've improved productivity. That has a tangible impact. And it comes from asking the question of what was it like before and what is it like after. So there are going to be a lot of different questions you can ask yourself about those scenarios, but think about the scenario. You may have to ask somebody, what was it like before you got there? Or you can even tell when you got there, it's like, ooh, I don't like this vibe. What can I do to change it? And then changed it. So you can document that, because that is your accomplishment. Because if you weren't there to make that difference, the difference would have never occurred. The morale would have never gotten better. The collaboration would have never improved. It's back to that question, what would happen if you weren't there to do it? If that makes it easier. A lot of us have a hard time tooting our own horns. And sometimes it's not even about tuning your own horn. It's just making sure you have your own music to play for you. Whether it's a smooth jazz or loud trumpet or any other loud music that you want, just make sure you understand the part you play. Don't take it for granted. Don't be indifferent to the difference that you make. It's too important. It's just too important. So I know I had some technical difficulties, so I think I still got my nuggets for my 5 and 5. This is a special edition. And I'm still going to finish up with the E and the effect for the ABCDs of accomplishment. Now, there's a lot of things going on that I want to share with you. One of them being that I'm going to be doing a teleclass later on in July about the details of the money-making secrets for unappreciated employees. I'm going to be talking about more in depth, more than 5 minutes about your ABCDs, about an accomplishment, and so much more. So I would definitely love for you to join me. One of the things that we'll be talking about is, again, that's going to be coming up, and you can sign up for the free teleclass on my page, .rashimatrix.com. You can pick up any of the dates. It's July 17th, 18th, and the 19th at 7:30. Another new thing that is coming up is that I'm going to be partnering with, it's not showing, Coach Ashley Dash. We're going to be joining up and doing a pathway to promotion July 28th and the 29th. You can sign up to join us for that workshop. In addition to that, we're going to be having a special seminar resume review July 12th and the 19th. I'll be sharing more information about that. You can send a direct message to myself and Ashley. You'll see some more of the promotions coming up, so you can get a good quick review of your resume. And then again, if you want a really intense workshop coming in this month of July, we're going to be working Friday and Saturday for you. You can sign up and you get more information about that. So we want to make sure you have the tools that you need to succeed. So I hope to see you there. And this is Angela Watkins, your resume revenue expert and extreme encourager for the special edition of Live at 5. So again, I'll see you next Monday as well at 5, so we can finish up the effect. And then I'll keep back on that schedule. So see you soon.